November is over for these Detroit Lions, who went 2-1 ahead of a critical stretch where 4 of their next 5 games are on the road. Will the 8-3 Lions rise to the occasion and play their best ball of the season in December? It all starts this Sunday in New Orleans. We'll talk all about that matchup and more right here on Inside the Pride.
Let's go. Going down. Sack back at the 30-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson got him again. Goes deep downfield, got a man wide open, inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions. How about that?
And by the way, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. All roads go through Detroit.
This is Inside the Pride on the Lions TV network. I'm Dannie Rogers. It's always one of the most special days of the year, Thanksgiving in Detroit. The Lions hosted divisional foe Green Bay for round 2 this season. Let's take a look back at a magical day in the Motor City.
Lions set to play on Thanksgiving Day for the 84th time, a tradition that dates back to 1934. Today, a little bit extra special because they're taking on one of their divisional rivals, the Green Bay Packers, in an NFC North matchup, and we're going to bring it to you.
Play for your brothers today. Hey, and be thankful for this opportunity today to play at this level. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. Let's go, baby.
So here we go, Thanksgiving Day for the 84th time the Detroit Lions hosting a football game. Today they will take on the Green Bay Packers. Jack Fox has the ball on the tee. He's ready to go. So are we. Let's do this. Off, play action fake, sets in the pocket, throws left side wide open. Sam Laporte at the 20, Laporte at 15, down to the 10, and inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line he goes. It'll be 1st and goal from there. Ballantyne and McDuffie team up to make the stop, but that's a 31-yard gain. 2nd and goal from the 7 for the Lions. Goff to throw, middle, does, end zone caught, touchdown Detroit Lions, Sam Laporte. Number 5 on the season for the rookie. Love takes the snap, turns, runs right into Dillon. Dillon's not going to get it. The quarterback and the running back collided, and by the time Dillon broke free, he had Lions on top of him, stopped short of the 1st down, and the Lions will take over on downs. What a big play by that defense. They give it to Montgomery. Over the left side, cuts it back to the 2, to the 1. Did he get in? Yes, sir! Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Montgomery weaving his way through traffic and finding the end zone, stretching that ball out at the end to get it done. Goff is going to work out of the gun. He's got a man to each side and Montgomery behind him. They snap it. He gives it to Montgomery straight up the gut. Hit, spins, got in there. 2-point conversion. The ball came out, but he broke the plane. Green Bay with a 2-point conversion. They go on the end around. Now they flip it on the reverse. They gave it to Dobbs, and he's not going anywhere. Well read, taken down, Aiden Hutchinson. Did not fool anybody, so Green Bay comes up empty. Goff wants to throw. Sets in the pocket, throws to the middle. Got to complete J-Mo. Crossing. J-Mo 45. J-Mo to the 50. Slips a tackle there. Spins out of another tackle. Gets down to the 40-yard line. And he's in Packer territory with a Lions 1st down and a big gain on the play. They'll give him progress down to the Green Bay 39. It's a 38-yard connection. Goff to Jamison Williams. Works out of the gun. He's got it back to throw. Flag comes in. Might be a free play. Goff throws end zone. Caught, touchdown Detroit Lions. Josh Reynolds with the grab. And I think Goff knew he had a free play on that one.
Yeah, look,
they're going to go for 2 right here. So here we go. Out of the huddle and to the line. There's the snap to Goff. Back looking, throwing, caught. 2-point conversion is good.
Right.
So the Lions pull within 7. Connects with Sam Laporte, 2nd consecutive week. He is connected on the 2-point conversion with him. 2 teams will meet out in the middle of the field to say job well done, job better done on this day by the Green Bay Packers, who come in on Thanksgiving Day. And they beat the Lions by a score of 29-22. Lions are going to look at this game tape, figure out what went wrong, and then attack it and find some way to be better next time they take the field.
This Sunday, Detroit Lions players will express their passions on their cleats for the annual My Cause, My Cleats initiative in the NFL. Special teams ace Khalil Dorsey will raise awareness for his own cause called Through the Pain, where he emphasizes his own battle with depression and raising awareness for mental health. Dorsey joins the show next. Inside the Pride is sponsored by Kroger, Henry Ford Health, and by the Ford Motor Company. This week, I am featuring special teams ace Khalil Dorsey, and he is going to be sporting some cleats for the My Cause, My Cleat initiative throughout the entire NFL. Lions will be doing this down in NOLA. Khalil, grab it. You've been looking at these cleats. This is really the first time you've been able to hold these. You're supporting the Be Nice Foundation, which is local to Michigan. Why choose that initiative?
Well, I chose that initiative really because so my brand is all about mental health. The logo is a smiley face with a crying face. It's just like you'll never see the tears behind my smile. And the thing is like both of us first meet, everybody's smiling. We're having a good time. You don't know what I'm going through. I don't know what you're going through. You could be going through something, and that's what the tears are for, is like behind closed doors. It's like, what are you really going through? I wanted to pick a local program in Detroit to fund, and it was the Be Nice organization.
What inspired you to take on this mindset of your mental health and just talk about it?
I realized I wasn't alone. There's a lot of people that are going through similar or worse things than I am. I'm on like a bigger platform, so I'm able to do something with it. And I feel like if somebody else was on a bigger platform, they would want other people to speak up, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like a great way for me to express myself and express, you know, how other people are feeling. Because this isn't only my brand, it's my brother's as well. So if he has like certain things that he wants to do, oh yeah, I'm all for it. It's like, you know, everyone feels the same but different at the same time.
You talked about how big your platform is now in the NFL, playing for the Detroit Lions. Why is it such a stigma, or why is it difficult to talk about mental health as an NFL player?
I would say a lot of people think that money takes away the pain in terms of like we can just, you know, fly away, go somewhere, live comfortably, do this and do that, which it does take most of the stuff away, but then you start looking at yourself and it's like, all right, who are you without everything? And that's where the biggest thing comes from. I feel like a lot of people don't go in depth with that. They just, you know, push it in the background, in the back, and then once it's all bottled up, you know, once you twist a bottle enough times, it's gonna explode. I mean, sometimes you just need somebody to talk to for real. Like if you need something, just hit me. I don't care if it's been 20 years and we only talked one time. Hey, remember when this happened? Yeah, let's talk about it.
How could people support Through the Pain?
Yeah, so you can buy clothing all year round. We do sell out, and when we sell out, we kind of don't go back. That's the only problem. I have a collab coming out this December with a Detroit designer. His name is Alexander. I wore the last 2 games, the Thursday, with the flare pants and the crew neck. We did the collab on the crew neck, and then he made the flare pants for me. But it was all his designs and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna be dropping a set at the end of December.
This is your first My Cause, My Cleats initiative, right?
Yeah.
So that's your first pair of custom cleats like that.
4 years in the league, and it's my first My Cause, My Cleats. I feel like he did all the details using the colors that I asked in terms of the Detroit blue, but also this light blue that's in the background. Yeah, no, I feel like the details is crazy. I really like it.
Welcome back to Inside the Pride. I'm joined by head coach Dan Campbell. And coach, right before you came to Detroit, you were with New Orleans for 6 years, ended your playing career, coached there. How much did your time with the Saints impact you now as a head coach of the Detroit Lions?
Yeah, well, look, a lot, you know, a lot. I think there's a number of things that are here as an organization, as team, as foundationally that I took from there. There's really no secret to winning. You know, you got to do things right. You got to have the right people around you and have the ability to do what you need to do. And so it's a special place, somewhere I'll never forget. Now, that being said, I want to go down there and rub their nose in it. It'd be good to go back.
And talking about this offense that you spent a lot of time around, we got to start with Taysom Hill. He's lined up at pretty much every position. Saints are 15-1 if he carries the ball at least 8 times in a game. How do you take away what Hill does best so he does not go off in this game?
He's dangerous. He's one of our focal points. He and AK on offense. I wish I could give you a very good, easy, cut and dry answer, and it's not easy. You know, it's one thing to say we got to load the box. You know, we got to squeeze the edges. But this guy is powerful. He's powerful. He's explosive. He's got speed. He's got run after catch or run after contact. And so there's nothing easy about this. And the other thing is personnel groups, you know, because one play he is what you said. He's the quarterback. He's a tight end. He's a slot receiver. He's fullback. He's halfback. He can, by any play, he can line up wherever he wants. So the minute he gets back to quarterback, we're going to have to be able to adjust and get to a couple of calls here. So it's not easy.
Some questionables in the receiving game for the Saints, but you've got Alvin Kamara, who you know well, Coach, AK, just under 500 rushing yards on the season, but he can catch the ball in the pass game and score. So how do you take away at least one of those things he does well?
Well, look, we'll have a couple of answers for him. I think the number one thing is don't let him get started. That's the easiest answer to this. It's like, let's not let him just release free into our defense with speed, because this actually gets covered pretty good. But the problem is any little space here and he's able to catch with speed through this is where he's most dangerous, even though there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around. This is what he does all the time. He can break tackles, he's strong, and he's got unbelievable body control and balance.
Switching gears to the defensive side of the ball, Saints are number 2 in the league in interceptions. Tyrann Mathieu has 3 so far, 2 just last week, so he's heating up. How do you make sure your quarterback Jared Goff stays one step ahead of him? Yeah,
he's playing pretty good ball. You know, he's been around for a while, playing good football. They use him, you know, he is their safety, but they do enough stuff where he's down in the box. He plays the flats, the curls, the hooks. He's pretty instinctive. So these are things that, man, if you're not aware of his eyes and where he's at, he does track the ball well. And so I think more than anything, it's man, just understand if he is around Goff and his eyes are back, that's a danger. So you got to make sure that you put this where only our guy can get it and nobody else does. So, you know, and this is one, he does a number of things well, but this is a hell of a play here. He's excellent around the box as well. I mean, he's a physical safety.
In the month of November, Coach, we talked about your team having 3 games in 11 days. Now we're talking about December. 4 of the 5 games are on the road. So what is your number one emphasis talking to your team about a lot of the hostile environments they'll go into?
I think it's consistency. It's stay true to what we are. Don't forget the little things. You know, the teams that do the little things right, the mundane, everyday, started in camp, spring, they just continue to do that and don't take it for granted are the ones that they're going to begin to rise here in December and just get a little bit better and better.
All right, we'll see. Thanks so much, Coach.
All right, thank you.
One of the biggest mysteries in sports, why the greatest running back of all time and former Detroit Lion, Barry Sanders, retired at the young age of 31. Sanders finally answered all of the retirement questions 24 years later in Amazon Prime's original feature, Bye Bye Barry, that premiered last weekend right here in the Motor City.
Now standing by with the man of the hour, Barry Sanders. It's been 24 years since you retired from the game of football and shocked the world. It's been that long. What motivated you to share your story now, Barry?
What motivated me, I think the timing was just right. We've been talking about it for several years, just being able to have the time and be willing and ready to have those conversations and coordinate with everyone. So I think that was really it. The timing was just right.
Ken, an executive producer of Bye Bye Barry, when this idea came across your plate, what was your first reaction?
People are excited by today's Detroit Lions. Just wait until they see Barry Sanders. I mean, excitement is in the air when it comes to this team, but nobody excited the NFL. Nobody excited Lions fans. No one excited the country like Barry Sanders. So it's very nostalgic for me to look back at this era.
Jay, a Detroit native, U of M grad, how much did your Detroit roots influence your decision to bring on this documentary and get Bye Bye Barry done?
I was passionate about this project when I heard it. I grew up watching Barry. I think I've seen every run of his, and he's given me so many memories. And so when this idea of this project came to us, I was very excited, let's say that.
They'll never catch him. See you later. Touchdown, Lions.
You
just wanted fans to just remember how wonderful a player Barry was, how amazing he was on the field, and also to get a complete picture at his career. It's going to be very informative, and I think that they'll understand what went behind Barry's decision once they hear him talk about it and tell us everything through his own words.
It's very emotional, I think, for Barry too, and Barry doesn't get emotional, but I think the scene in the film where he tells his sons why he walked away and why he didn't just walk away but flew to London to get away from Detroit and get away from the retirement is something that people have never heard and never experienced, and it's going to be a mystery revealed.
Well, Barry's going to watch himself here tonight. What is one word you would use to describe this documentary?
Electrifying. Just like Barry Sanders. The film is electrifying. There are moments in it where you can't believe that he can do the things he does on a football field. And then there's electrifying moments where you realize the deepness of his character, and you realize who this man is and what he means to the city, and what he means to the NFL and the country. He represents all of us in the very best ways.
How do you begin to describe what he did for the game of football?
Well, I think changed it. You know, they talk about what Lawrence Taylor did for the defensive side of the ball, but anytime anybody talk about, oh my God, running backs making spin moves and being able to juke somebody and do some of the things, they always bring up Barry Sanders. So I think he's the guy that, he might have been the one that invented the O button and the juke button on the Madden, you know, the Madden controller. I think they modeled that after that fella.
Give it to Sanders. Oh, what a move! Oh, my!
I think for younger fans, hopefully it's also a reminder on some of the footage they'll see about how great he was. For others, olders, I think it does give them some understanding of why he decided to leave when he did. And even for me, I love reliving those moments, those great Barry runs that we all remember.
Sanders on the draw. Longest run of the game, and he's in the clear. 40, 30, inside the 20. Barry Sanders brings this crowd to life.
How intrigued are you to know the full story?
Yeah, I want to find out. So I'm going to be sitting there on pins and needles because I want to know myself, Danny.
What emotions do you anticipate you'll have after you see it?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know that just being able to feature certain individuals like my dad and people who were really instrumental, and coaches and people like that, I'm excited to just see sort of how that's presented and how it comes across. So yeah, I'm definitely anticipating like so many others.
When you think about your former teammates, Detroit Lions fans and fans of football in general, what do you want them to feel when they hear your story?
You know, I'm sort of an adopted son of Detroit, and I hope that I'm an adopted son, and I know that I feel great love and respect from the fans and a great appreciation for my time as a Lion. Hopefully they love the way that, you know, that the team is featured in it, and hopefully they see that I'm grateful to them as well.
Breaks it 35-30. He's gone. Unbelievable. Touchdown, Lions, Barry Sanders. Oh my gosh, what a run.
Wishing for something special? Maybe it's VIP seats, the meal of a lifetime, or an unforgettable journey. Whatever it is, Community Financial Credit Union can make it a reality. Share your impossible dream at impossibledreams.org by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen. Before we wrap up this week's Inside the Pride, we've got to get to some Rogers retweets. We're going back to Turkey Day just for a minute. Check out this duo that showed up to the Lions game versus Packers. Mom and son duo. Who doesn't want to go see the Detroit Lions with their mom? I love this. Also from Turkey Day, wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown surpassed Megatron for the most scrimmage yards a Lions receiver has produced through their 3 career seasons. St. Brown, he just keeps ticking upwards. Everyone, stay on alert. Just a reminder, Detroit Lions are still on top of the NFC North. They have the chance to do something a Detroit Lions team has not done since 1993. Win the division, everyone. Stick with us. And last but not least, here's your reminder. We need Detroit Lions fans to get back into their cars and travel on road. I told you at the beginning of the show, 4 of their next 5 games in December are on the road. So show up, Honolulu Blue. That wraps up this edition of Rogers Retweets. A reminder, Detroit Lions are on the road in NOLA this Sunday. Kickoff against the Saints is at 1 p.m. on Fox. We'll see you right back here next week.